People waiting for us to start. That's nice, isn't it?
It is very lovely.
Good morning, people.
Everyone's so quiet. Champ and Wave are just not talking today. I don't know what's wrong with them.
I don't know. It's nice.
I don't know. Some fans are going to be suffer from serious cognitive dissonance when
Champ, your voice has changed so much.
I still have a Jersey accent, though, right?
Yeah, it's there. It's there. Your accent's still there. You're good. Intact.
What about Wave? How does Wave sound?
We've got higher, I would say. Was that higher? Was that what you say? You got higher in voice?
Higher?
Is it higher?
Not really. It's just different. Subtle change.
Ryan, you sound exactly the same.
Yeah, that's what I do.
You're very consistent
Alan,
with
I
your
sent you a
voice.
second email, by the way, with an attachment.
Got it. I heard the beep. Da, 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 da. I love how our viewership dropped immediately after Ryan talked. Weird.
What?
I guess they wanted your voice subbed out. I don't know.
Huh.
I'm kidding. That always
somebody
happens
else
when you
talking
start
about
off the podcast. Like it does a dip, like a glitch in YouTube.
I've taken a no dump on Ryan pledge for the month of July. So.
All right.
Oh, it's a good pledge.
Wait, what happens in August?
You're about to find out.
That's far off.
Welcome to the Guys and Guys podcast. As you can see, we got some new faces today. Not completely new. Andrew, you've seen Andrew before. He's been on a podcast. We got John here. He's helping us out today, subbing in a little bit. Champ had an emergency happen, and Wave is, I don't know what Wave's doing. I can't remember. He told us, though, that he wasn't going to make it. We already forgot
We're just
why.
like a classic rock group who just keeps replacing members, and as long as you got at least one there, you can still call it the thing, you know?
Yeah,
We're like Pantera right now.
Exactly.
We are Pantera right now. This is the equivalent.
Half of the band is here, right?
I'm Dimebag Drew now.
Dimebag Drew. Well, guys, welcome. We have a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about the new BABYMETAL song with Lil Uzi, who we just discovered, even though he's super huge and everybody else knows him. My daughter literally messaged me this morning and said, "Dad, did you know BABYMETAL just did a collab with one of my favorite artists, Lil Uzi?" I'm like, who the hell is that?
Wow.
So she was ecstatic. She's a Bandmate fan now. She says she still listens to Bandmate. I was talking to her.
That's
Right.
So that's really cool. I wasn't sure because you didn't bring it up. I'm like, we were in the car. She's like, "Dad, by the way, I've been still listening to that band you showed me, Bandmate, all the time." And she likes the World Domination album as her favorite album. Found that out today. So there it is. Very exciting. I'm going to try to get her on one of the shows. She says she wants to do a show with us. So like, yeah, come on, tell us your experience. So, which is crazy. So she has a graduation party coming up this week. So I'm back in New York. I'm spending the whole month with her and stuff before she goes off to college. She's gone.
Hey, I'm in New York. Let's go to a Broadway show.
But that's, how about you guys? Let's start with you, Ryan, before we get to
I
our
got the
guests.
reference, Ryan.
Ryan, how was your week, man?
Pretty good. I had to go back to work, which, that kind of sucked, but finally got my sleep back in order. And yesterday Friday night, I threw some pork shoulders in the smoker for about 7 hours. Took them to a cookout yesterday.
Damn, I should have stopped there yesterday.
Got to shoot some guns and light off fireworks. It was America, man. It was America.
That sounds amazing to me.
Right
It was
on.
fun.
How about you,
Good time.
Andrew?
Had some beers.
Nice.
Got to sleep in.
Oh, hey, everyone. I'm G. Andrew White, writer at gotchanguys.com. Wave is out. I think he's got he's filming a wedding or something something like that.
Oh, is that what it was?
I'm substituting in for him. So I'm wearing like his shirt here. Yeah. I don't have a cheesehead hat, but I got my baby bandmate hat. Beanie. I don't know how long this is going to stay on. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, Music City. It is hot as heck here. So I don't know how much longer this thing is going to stay on. Good week. Busy week. Not one that I would recommend, though, because it was pretty intense. And also, I got like this toothache thing going on. So I'm not going to talk too much. I'll let the other fine folks here do the heavy lifting.
We have so much for you to talk about today. We have like full-on articles.
No, please don't. That's why I'm a writer. I write them so you guys can read them, not me.
Also, we have John today. We just talked about you last week about your amazing photos of, I've just drawn a blank, band from Korea.
Rolling Quartz.
Rolling Quartz.
Yes, awesome.
Phenomenal. You guys need to go check it out. I'll drop the link right now in the chat. Go check out his website. He has beautiful photos. And then John's over here being all humble. He's like, oh, it was with my bad camera, and they look amazing. So they look great, John. But tell everyone.
Well, yeah, I'm still. It's a month ago that I went to those 2 shows in New York, and I'm still basking in the afterglow. They just really, like an arrow in my heart.
Yeah,
love that band. Looking forward to seeing them again. Maybe in August. Yeah,
in August. Wow.
Yeah, they just.
Yeah, I should mention that. Yeah, why not? Yeah, there's a Canadian Korean cultural festival. It's an annual thing. It's going to be in Toronto. I think the last weekend in August, and Rolling Quartz are going to be there. A 6-member boy band that I only discovered yesterday when I found out about the festival, and apparently lots of other kinds of fun stuff going on up there. It's apparently very popular. Thousands and thousands of people go, and I just may be one of them. I think I just might hop in my car and drive on up there and go check that out.
Nice.
Get a little extra dose of Rolling Quartz.
Heck yeah, man. How's your week?
Very busy. I've been writing articles and working on one just got published. I'm as the Rolling Quartz afterglow fades just a little bit. I don't know if it's so much fading as it just being kind of overwhelmed by my anticipation of seeing Asterism in just about 10 days. Really excited about that.
Oh, you're going to love that, man.
I don't know whether it's just bands that I'm more excited about are coming around these days, or I'm just more susceptible to being excited, but I'm just really pumped. I listened to both of their recent albums twice in the last 2 nights, and I just can't get over how good they are. I forgot, and I've been a fan for about 4 years, but I forgot how great they are.
We're gonna get into it more. We're gonna get into it more. We're gonna talk about your take on the new album with the vocals and the other albums. But before we get into that, we gotta talk about Baby Metal, and then we're gonna get into all that. And I can't wait to talk about like what you think about the vocals, because there's a lot of mixed feelings with having the vocals and not having them on there. I think Ryan talked about it a little bit in the last podcast, but we'll touch on that a little bit. So Baby Metal came out with a new song, like we were just talking about earlier with how do you say his name? Lil
Uzi Vert.
Lil Uzi Vert. I'm gonna let Ryan take this away, man. What did you think of the song?
Well, okay. I heard about the collaboration, and I made a comment on the Discord about something about musical wars, which that was a bit crass. But like people just doing collaborations, because it's going to benefit monetarily, which is why you do them. But I did find out that Lil Uzi Vert is a fan of J-Rock and like a fan of Baby Metal. So it seems like, it's like a genuine collaboration, which is cool. So I just heard it. I just checked it out before the podcast, and there's parts of it I really, really like, and there's parts of it I don't really like. So, but I think after, if I listen to it a few more times, I'll probably warm up to it. But overall, it's a pretty cool song. I haven't listened to Lil Uzi Vert at all. I just know he had a fucking diamond embedded in his forehead. Other than that, I haven't checked anything out. But I audibly glanced at a couple other tunes on the album. It sounds like there's like a heavier edge to some of the music. So the rapping style, I mean, you guys know I like hip hop, but the whole heavily vocoder stuff, I'm not a big fan of. So. I'm willing to look a little more into what he does and just see kind of how the relationship is or how they came about. But I think they're also talking about like one of the one of the writers for Paledusk kind of wrote this song.
That makes sense. If Paledusk is on this song, can anyone confirm that? Do you know, Andrew?
I don't know if they're on it, but the writer.
I don't know about writing, but yes, Day did the composition and arrangement for it.
Okay, yeah, okay,
yeah.
I was gonna say, I thought it does sound very Paledusk. It actually does. So that kind of makes sense. Like when we heard the song, what is it? Trident just released, where Spoopy. They produced the song. One of our favorite ones. What's the name of it? I can't remember.
Yeah, Spoopy.
Yeah. So that makes total sense. But something that I thought was cool is they really go outside the box, but they also have some things that you can latch onto. Because when that heavy riff comes later on in the middle song, I was like headbanging my ass off. I was like, fuck yeah. Because at first I was weirded out with how they put Sue's vocals and the key that she was in over the certain layers of guitar. And I have my breakdown releasing tomorrow, guys, so you can see my head explode. But because it literally exploded. I was like, what the fuck is going on the entire time? I had to like stop it, repause it, and like I was... It was so weird. It was so weird. It's like one of those songs that I had to learn to like try to figure out.
What I couldn't get confirmation on was I'm assuming that the Kami band did the heavy metal backing parts on that track, but I couldn't get confirmation on that. I'm just assuming that the Kami band really did contribute the layers to the metal parts.
Do the studio stuff so much, do they? Kami band? It's more of a live thing.
No? Sometimes they do. Sometimes they, I know in the original albums, that would happen where like some of them would, I think it was Leda. Wasn't Leda on some tracks? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think I see Muller in the chat. He knows a lot about Baby Metal, Jake. But I know Leda did some of the tracking, and then he did play for Kami Band here and there, but not all the time. So they don't necessarily have the same. BABYMETAL did a post about Paledusk thanking them. So they did produce the song, and that makes perfect sense. So
right on.
And I think that's amazing. The produce, like Paledusk, which member is the producer, guys? Let me know in the chat. He is an amazing producer. He made Trident sound badass. I think he did a great job with Lil Uzi and BABYMETAL and combining together. It's progressive. It's weird. It's definitely something like Ryan said, you have to listen again. Go listen to it again. Because when I first heard it, my head was just like, F my life. I couldn't even focus. It was really hard. But then they repeat it again so you can latch onto the weirdness. Just like with Paledusk, they repeat that weird part section again so you can like try to understand it. So I think it makes it a little better when you go back to listen to it. And then you have those riffs that you can latch onto. So it's definitely pushing the envelope, which I think I want to hear in music. For the most part, I know we say we want to hear that, and then we're like, ugh. So it does, like Ryan said, you have to go listen to it again just to give it that chance, because it is a good song, I think, but it is way different than anything.
Yeah, what's offsetting to me about it was just how it is such a absolute hybrid. Like you can definitely get a flavor of when BABYMETAL comes in and does their part, and then when they drop out, and then Uzi comes in. It's like, okay, there's the rapper doing that part of it. But then also in researching the article, you find out on the whole album that this was released on, called Pink Tape, which just dropped Friday, there's a lot of songs like that. They do a cover of Chop Suey, which is actually kind of faithful to the System of a Down song, which is pretty cool. Another song on there that I liked, called Werewolf, was a collab with Bring Me the Horizon. And looking at Uzi's kind of bio, one thing that kind of stood out was that they say the influences are between Marilyn Manson and Kanye West. So kind of a bit of a interesting combo there.
Getting attached to one of his tunes would definitely help whoever does it, I think. The dude's got he's got fans.
Well, and he did a whole metal album because he wanted to. Like, that's the crazy part.
Mm-hmm.
Lil Uzi just was like, hey, I'm going to do a metal album. And some people, there's some comments that say that's not very good. But if it's anything like this BABYMETAL collab, I'm still interested in checking it out. Because if it's this experimental, I can see why people didn't like it. If it's this experimental, I can totally see why reviewers would be, oh, this is trash, and not even give it a chance. Because most people will just close their mind and just be like, eh. For me, I just like take the headache head on. And just like, let me listen to it again, you know?
Yeah, I need to look a little more into what Vert does, because he seems like a guy that if you're a fan of his, you're gonna expect some different shit. Like if you're a fan of his and closed-minded, then you probably wouldn't be a fan. Because the dude likes to, like I said, he likes to try different things. And so, I mean, I glanced at some of the comments. There's like 35, or I don't know how many thousand comments, a shitload of them. But there's a lot of them were like, somebody saying, come on, open your mind. And then some people are like, it's so cool that this happened. So, I mean, the comments are kind of all over, but generally it seemed like people from both camps were, pretty happy with what was going on.
Listen, we've talked about it here on the podcast, right, Ryan, where we say we want different stuff in the U.S. This is a guy from the U.S., and he's doing this, you know? Lil Uzi's like doing this whole different style, which is different. It's just going to throw people off in the beginning, and then people will get used to it, and then they could enjoy it, or it could be the worst thing ever. It depends.
Well, think the different people that, you know, like Rob Zombie put eyes on Baby Metal several years ago, and this is going to put a whole different set of eyes on Baby Metal. And so, yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah, me personally, I'm a big fan of these collaborations because I think it helps both sides. It gives a chance for new audiences to check out something that they may not normally be used to, and maybe they'll find something. Maybe they'll find something in Baby Metal collaboration here that may make them want to go and check out more Baby Metal, and that's what I hope people will do. It actually reminds me, just to give a little bit of history from my time, but I wonder if anybody else remembers back in the 80s when you had Run DMC do a collaboration with Aerosmith, and that allowed Aerosmith to kind of come back into the mainstream and become a huge band again. Yeah. So I think these collaborations are a good thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That was Walk This Way, right?
That's right.
Yeah. I think that kind of put them on the map, a lot of people's maps. Yeah.
I was reading an interview there. I think it might have been Tyler or Perry were talking about that, and they're like, why do you want us to do this? Like, they didn't get it. And then because the song, it was an old song, you know, of Aerosmith. Then they did it, and it helped out Run DMC and Aerosmith to like put them both back on the map. So yeah, it was very, very smart move for whoever made that call.
So just like that was a smart move, we got Baby Metal reinsurging themselves, right? They haven't had an album in a very long time. Lil Uzi's popping in the U.S., and what better way to grow your U.S. audience like they did back in the day with Gimme Chocolate? I think this is a perfect thing for them to do, and it's brilliant, and it's going to turn heads, because even if you don't like it and you listen to it, you're still going to walk away from that song going, what did I just listen to? And you're going to show other people. You're like, check this out. What the hell do you think about this? Yeah. And that's not going to hurt at all, you know? And it's going to draw more attention to the metalheads, because as a metal person, I listen to a lot of metal, or used to. I still like it. I like progressive metal. And if somebody showed me that, I'd be, what the hell? Listening to, you know? I
would have liked to have seen some less, the only way I can think is like bubblegum poppy sound from Baby Metal on that track. Like, it was good, but if it could have been a little different type of singing to draw more people in, instead of people going, what the fuck? Because it's just a shock when it does the change.
You want more of a catchier hook, right? Is that what you mean? Like something?
I mean, that's catchy as hell, but just more of a singing instead of, I don't know. It's just that's the thing I wasn't too thrilled about. I was like,
they did have like when they came in, basically a chorus, and then they just sort of repeated that chorus to carry the main momentum of the track, in my opinion. And it's one of those that when I listen to it, I appreciate it while I'm listening to it, but then after the song was over, I didn't have that urge to like go rush back and listen to it again.
I was listening around it. Like, the rest of the song is really cool.
Yeah, I was the opposite. I wanted to hear it over and over again.
Yeah.
I think Baby Metal has retired that old sound. But we're not getting bubblegum pop kind of choruses as much anymore. Maybe you can argue
that's what they did.
Oh, you're saying they did?
That's probably what they were asked to do, though. I think that's probably
what I think. It was like a very happy, upbeat.
Yeah.
It sounded like older Baby Metal to me.
I did? I didn't get that vibe.
See,
I didn't get that vibe. I'm gonna listen to it again now.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out again
too. It works, because I'm gonna listen to it again because it was freaking crazy.
Well, yeah, John, what do you think?
Yeah, well, I could like eliminate all of the people on the watching right now by going into my theory about how people acquire their musical taste, but I won't do that. I'll just say, on first glance, first listen, and that's all I've done. It didn't immediately catch my heart and my attention. You know, well, it caught my attention, but it didn't catch my heart. But you know, with an artist that I really like, when they're trying something new, I'm always willing to give it a second or third try and see if maybe another day or another listen or two my receptors are ready for it. I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
When sometimes we're totally shocked, like when each one of us for the first time saw Bandmate, or the second time, for me the first time. Ryan, I know for you it was the first time. Immediately, I love these people. I'm going to be listening to them forever.
Mm-hmm.
But most music for most people, I think you have to listen a few times when it's something that's different than what you've heard before, or different from them.
Yeah,
So,
true for me. Yeah.
long way of saying it's baby metal, so I'm willing to go and have a couple more listens, and then I'll maybe have a better feel for whether I like it or not.
Yeah. For you, are you a baby metal fan in general? Outside of that song?
I am, yeah, not as much as you are, but yeah, I'm a baby metal fan, and when I don't listen to him for a while, and then I do, I go, wow, why haven't I listened to him for a while? But yeah, yeah, I am. Yeah, I definitely jumped right on the opportunity to go see them when I saw that they're touring in my area this year.
While we're on you, John, but before I want to read the super chat. Thank you so much, Hoagie, for the $10 super chat.
Hoagie.
I really appreciate it, man. And you also reminded me I got to mention our sponsor for this podcast. I completely forgot to say in my introduction. Diana Laura designs these awesome custom copper metal things that Ryan I think he's searching for. I'm gonna pull up right now.
Got lost in my picture.
Do you use it as a pick? I actually have it on my keys somewhere.
I don't.
So
cover my eyeballs.
Diana Laura Designs, let me find it, is the name of the website, and she does custom things for you guys. So if you want her to do anything custom, she will do it for you. You can go to her website and she'll completely set it up for you. That's a Gaijin guys one. Have her design any of that. Also,
I'm the best freaking display thing ever. Okay,
that's good. Also, guys, if you want to support the channel further, check out our memberships and Patreon. It helps directly support this and expand it, because we have a lot of big things coming this way. So without you guys, we would not be able to do this, what we're doing, and these new things coming up.
Super chats are a quick and easy way to support us.
Yeah, so we appreciate it, guys. Seriously. All right, moving on though. John just released an article. You were just talking about asterism, and you released an article just recently. Experience Asterism's mass metal for free with 2 US shows. You want to talk about that?
Well, that's still in the future, of course, but yeah, that was an interesting and exciting development. I got wind, I'm sure a lot of folks right here and listening today did as well, that Asterism, after several years hiatus, is making it back to the US. And in fact, yesterday and today, they're playing at Anime Expo, which I went to a year ago yesterday, and it was so hot and so crowded, I think I'm going to wait a couple years before I go again. But Asterism played 2 different events there, and then they've got Santa Ana. They got a show in Santa Ana coming up this coming week. And then they'll be flying over to the East Coast and playing in New York on the 11th. And I'm just really at a place downtown in Manhattan. I'm really excited about seeing them.
Now, I know you didn't go to this one, but you said you went the other year to the expo. How is the crowd turnout for that? What is Asterism looking into when they're going to this show, as far as crowd standpoint?
Great question. Yeah. Well, I think that as far 2 or all 3 members of the band are big anime fans, number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2, last fall they put out a complete album of anime covers. So it makes perfect sense to go to Anime Expo, back to the points everybody was making earlier about collabs and how that exposes you to people that don't know you yet. Well, it's a great way to get, I don't know, some insane number, like 20,000 people a day are at that thing. Really, it was. Wow. We got in line, and the line was moving as we were walking to go in last year. And I swear it was 35 minutes of walking, snaking all around the convention center in LA before we actually got to the front door. It's huge and sweaty and crowded and colorful. It's a really great experience if you're into Japanese pop culture at all, even if you're not an anime freak per se. Cosplay, so perfect for them to play there. I bet you they got a lot of new fans. And I would recommend listening. I'm not a big anime watcher myself. There's a few I like. I certainly appreciate why people like it, but the album itself is great music.
Yeah.
And then on the heels of that, they came out with, depending on whom you ask, it's either an EP or a mini album of original stuff that's already out, and it's also, in my opinion, great. Besides the fact that they've been practicing ever since the last time they were in the U.S. 4 years ago, I'd like to get to the bottom of what their thinking was, but they've added, I think I know, but they've all 5 tunes have Haruka on vocals.
Right.
They're all original tunes, and she sings on them.
Good for her.
She does
And
very well too.
Especially for those of us whose ears are attuned to the wide range of Japanese vocals. Very easy to listen to. She really, I think she's got a good voice, no doubt, just like she practices probably 12 hours a day on her guitar and still play, even though she plays it better than 7.5 billion people on Earth. She obviously worked really hard on it, and I thought she sounds great. I've listened to it multiple times in the last few days to get ready for the show.
I saw him when I was in Japan, and
I
got to hear him. So you're gonna be loving that when you get the chance to see him live. And when I saw him, there's only like 45, 50 people in the room, which is insane to me.
I know.
But so just knowing that they got to play for like thousands of people that makes me happy, because they should be playing for that many people.
Yeah.
And her vocals live they're great, man. I mean, doing it on albums one thing, hearing it live too is really cool to hear that she's not only strong in the studio, she's strong live too.
Right.
Well,
That's always the acid test.
I'm always I'm optimistic about them because they're young. They got the talent. They got the hard work. I think it's just a matter of time until they get out there more and they start getting the recognition that they deserve. And I got to tell you, Jonathan, finding this and getting this info about the free show is good stuff. And it's just another reason to like Asterism.
Yeah, that's an awesome
Mm-hmm.
thing,
that is so. What a deal! You just can't beat that. I always say never give
shows.
Yeah.
I think I buried the lead there. Guys.
Sorry.
I bought a ticket, and so did a number of people I know for East and West Coast. And then they just announced last week that several days ago that they decided to make the shows free.
That's
by the way,
good. That's really
cool. If you're already a ticket holder, you should have gotten a refund by now. I got a refund already.
Yeah, that's smart though. I mean, my thinking is it's 2 shows, right?
Yeah.
So they're not making a lot anyway. If it was a whole like 10 shows, it wouldn't happen. Yeah, but they're like, it's got to be, maybe we can get just more people there.
Yeah.
And we've seen bands come here and add shows on as they're in the country. So it'd be cool if they got a chance to add some more shows. I don't know if they got the time or whatever.
Mm.
Well, buy the merch. If you're going to these shows, help sell out that merch.
Yeah, I'm going to take that refund and buy a sweatshirt or something.
There you go.
Definitely buy that merch. And speaking of merch, we're giving away some really Quartz merch at the end of the show. So stick around.
All right.
Was I going to say, I already forgot. Oh, I'll just mention this real quick. Maximum Hormone released new merch.
Yeah.
Well, Rhonda,
can you listen to it?
Yeah. If you hold the new towels that they're coming out with, if you hold it to
whip them around by your ear.
If you
and
whip
does
them
it last
around,
longer than a minute?
It can. It depends on your wrist action.
Oh.
Yeah, it depends on how good your wrist action is. So it's the summer of head banging. Will be confirmed combo bonus item for Summer Festival. They are playing some festivals coming up, but yeah, they got lounge chairs. We got bags. We have shirts. Everything
That's
but
what
music.
The fans want, man.
Yeah, everything but
fucking
tunes.
Merch. That's what I want to hear.
They're killing it. Oh, anyways, moving on. Crystal Lake. Crystal Lake's monumental rebirth music video spotlights new vocalists. I got to check the song out. I completely missed on this. Sorry, Andrew. You sent me this article and forgot to check out the song. But I'm excited to hear this. I want to hear how the new vocalist sounds. Have you heard it, Andrew?
Well, I was going to say don't apologize because I didn't get a chance to listen to it either.
Oh, damn. So we all failed.
It just dropped yesterday. Yeah, I need to listen to it as well because I've been curious about how the new singer is going to, when you see like a singer change with the band, we've seen this a few times. It even changes almost like the songs of the band. I mean, they almost become a completely different band. So I'm curious to see, what direction they're going to go in now.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
They're a really heavy band, a really good metalcore band. They're pretty well known in the metalcore scene, actually. Between other YouTubers, I think was it Nick Nocturnal has done an interview with somebody from Crystal Lake, if I'm not mistaken. It's either Crystal Lake or another band. I can't remember their name. I think it was Crystal Lake. I'm not sure. But anyways, Crystal Lake has released a double A-side single titled Denial and Rebirth. It came out on June 23rd in conjunction with the two impactful music videos for the tracks. So they have a couple music videos then. It marks the band's first single featuring the new vocalist John Robert C., following the departure of former vocalist Rio in 2022 due to mental disorder. And we did cover this when that came out. That really sucks. I hope he's doing better. I hope Rio's doing better.
Yeah, he is. Bro's got a new
band.
Yeah, he started up a new band. So
oh shit!
I'm wondering about if this disorder was with the band.
Maybe he thought the rest of the band were mental.
Well, and the thing too about Crystal Lake is they've always been. You were talking about how they were popular with metalcore, but they've also been one of the staples of the festival circuit, and so they've often been in a lot of the festivals, especially in Europe. I think Download Fest and some of those other that happen overseas in Europe. So if you're a fan of Crystal Lake, tell us in the chat if you've seen them live. And I'm curious to see what's going to happen with the new singer. Are they going to pick back up on that intense touring with him, and are we going to get a chance to see them? At some potential festivals.
Now, I want to link this with Maximum Hormone real quick. So apparently, Maximum Hormone has started a trend with their 1:30 song. All right.
No.
Because it says the song that came out on June 16th, the song itself is 90 seconds. From my personal perspective and interpretation, it functions more as an introduction for the second song, Rebirth. So I guess that's okay. But at least there's a second song, and I hope it's longer than 1:30. So I was like, wow. When I read that right afterwards, I'm going to put this right next to the Maximum Hormone article.
The Rebirth song's 3 minutes 52 seconds.
See, CMTH,
Video.
This is how you do it. Maximum Hormone, this is how you do it. You have
I'm giving it a quick
seconds.
listen here. It's freaking heavy and monstrous, dude. It sounds pretty awesome.
It's heavy?
Awesome.
Oh, I can't wait to check it out. Maybe I'll add that to my list of reactions today. I got a lot to film. Fun. Anything else you want to mention on this article, Andrew?
No, just I need to listen to it as well.
All right. Okay, so
Nice transition.
I know. I was failing today, guys. I just
Segue time.
I just arrived at in New York this morning. I was slept for 3 hours, hurry up and start putting things together. Kind of rushing it a little bit today. But I want to talk about something that came across. We're not going to call out any YouTubers, but probably a lot of you already know. But we had a reaction that came across the Discord that was very fascinating of a reaction. I like the way that Andrew titled this. He's like, what makes reactions worth watching versus somebody giving opinions on the internet? Chat, I'm curious what you think. Leave a comment if you're watching this later.
So in our show notes. Oh, I was just going to say in our show notes to because we're trying to be somewhat semi-professional here, just in our show notes. When this topic came up, I thought of that, of phrasing it that way. What makes somebody, especially for you guys, and of course, Wave and Shampoo are not here, what makes the reactions that are happening on YouTube, what makes that a little bit different than the opinion of just anybody, ordinary, everyday people off the street?
Yeah. Ryan?
Oh, should I keep going?
Ryan, a deep thought?
Well, I mean, I was just trying to gather my thoughts about that. What makes it different? Let's see. Somebody off the street, I guess. My mind's going too literal, I think. But as opposed to hey, check this out, listen to it, versus being able to watch a video and see how somebody reacts to a song. I think what a lot of people like is insight. into the music or maybe the band or whatever. So there's something else to look at. And so a lot of reaction videos are people that already know the bands, watching them, watching the person react to the video they've never seen, right? So if you're a fan of that music, you want to see somebody else enjoy it as much as you. Now, I've done videos where I don't like it, and I try and be honest about it, but also not shit all over the band, because that's something somebody loved. When they put it out, that's something somebody's proud of and they love. So, you know.
Right. And so I think that is one of the big differences there for me, especially as an outsider. When I started watching Reactors and watching you guys in particular, what I was noticing was that you were bringing something to the conversation. First, you had the credibility, especially, you know, like you, Alan. You always mention how you're a sound engineer, you know, you're leading your band Dichotic, so you have history, and the rest of the guys on the channel here with your background in music, so you always seem to be able to present that credibility. So it's, you know, when I watch y'all's and other people, you know, like a person who's a voice coach who reacts to a song, you know, you see that credibility from those people. So it's like, okay, first, they know what they're talking about. And then second, you know, in my opinion, a well-constructed reaction is going to introduce things for you to think about, you know, especially like what you do, Alan, when you break it down, you do the stems and you do the other things to kind of pick it apart to say, well, here's what I'm picking up. I'm hearing this. I'm hearing a layering here. I'm hearing that there. And that makes it interesting. But if you're just going to turn a camera on and start saying or not saying anything, which is the case of some of the bad reactions that I've seen, where it's just, here's a video. Oh, that's nice. Nope, that's no good. I don't like it. That's bad. Score 0. Next. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. That's boring. You know, if you're going to get in this business, and just if I could segue a bit into what I do, because I can't really speak too much on this because I'm not a reactor. I'm more of a writer.
I'm curious from the fan. It's curious to hear from a fan's perspective anyway, so it's cool to hear this.
But even as a writer, I have to think about how to structure my article so it just doesn't come across as another blog. You know, what's my lead? What's the angle here? What's the what, when, why, who is it about? Do some research on it. So I try to put some thought into it so that I can offer up value to the reader, that they can see something about it. And obviously the writing I do is more informative, more or less update stuff. I've done some reviews in the past, but you know, it's more about if you're going to do reactions or write or anything like that, just think about what you can offer your audience other than just sitting there bobbing your head and then going, all right, thanks for watching, like and subscribe. Next, peace out.
Yeah. Now, I was going to say, there is this effect with people from other countries that check out people in the US. So something I noticed with analytics, like actually more of the Japanese reactions, they don't care about the talking. They actually are there just to watch you listen, which there is an audience for that. You know, and I've noticed sometimes when the person does know English or in that perspective, then you get a whole different kind of audience, because there's definitely reactors that it works to just listen because you can see the actual excitement in their face and you can see expression and emotion, and I can see those being entertaining. But the ones that just go, all right, we're done. That's where I'm like, all right, come on, man. Like, what are we doing here?
That gets into another thing too, is about, you guys are aware of something called confirmation bias. Yeah. You know, we've talked a lot of times about how, I'm a big fan of Bandmade. So when I was going and looking at reactors, obviously I was looking for their Bandmade reactions. And I was hoping that a lot of times I was seeing a genuine reaction from somebody. Obviously, if you're in this realm on YouTube, it can get real easy just to think, hey, I want to grow my channel, I want to grow my audience, so let me just say a whole bunch of good things and just play it up and just sort of be like a character that's into this song because it's so awesome, you guys. But I think after a while, you can kind of figure out what somebody's being honest or authentic or not. And that's one of the things I like about you guys and some of the reactors that I've followed and watched and interacted with. You get a sense that they are authentic, that they're telling you, hey, I really like this. You know, we talked to like, I'll throw out this guy, for example, Mr. Rock and Roll. You know, he really is very passionate when he does his reactions, but he's authentic. He's really like loving it.
And I'll admit, I didn't think it was authentic until I met him. And when I met him, I'm like, oh, this is really him. He fooled me, honestly, because at first, when I first saw it and I told him this, I'm like, I thought it was fake. And then when we talked, I'm like, no, this is how he is. This is him. Yeah. So I was completely taken back. So I can see why that would be good. Because my favorite, I call him entertaining reactors, is Jamal, aka Jamel. That's one of my favorite ones to watch. And because he's just so positive, always finding positive impact. And I really like that kind of style. And I know for me, I make a conscious effort. I just want to go back to this a little bit. I just don't post the negative videos anymore. If I don't have anything good to say, I just don't put it up anymore. And I've definitely fell in the trap where I've said some bad things, and then I posted it, really regret it later on. And it is what it is. I learned from it. Now I just don't post it. I just feel like it's just better to put positivity out there. And I got that from, watching Jamal, aka Jamel videos, mainly because of that. Because I'm like, man, I just want to keep it on the positive note. So that's why I like doing the breaking down the tracks. Because for me, it's complete happiness. I love doing it. And because that's why I like working on every day and editing and stuff. So, but you just got to enjoy what you're doing. So it's really weird when you see reactors just go out there and just doing it for subs and views. It's just really weird. It's like, do you even like music?
Because they think they're going to make a bunch of money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is that what it is? They think they're going to make money? Oh, God.
Yeah, they're going to be the next Mr. Beast. Hey, I'll just do these reactions, be all boring, and it's like, I'll just have millions of subs.
Put a little more into it, man.
Yeah, it takes some genuine effort to, these videos. Like, when you really get into them, it takes time. There's a lot of editing. I mean, you guys have already heard this from me hundreds of times. I go back and forth with the editing. I do the editing because I like doing it. That's why I kept doing it. I was like, it's not because at first I got burnt out, but I figured out why I got burnt out. Because I didn't like doing reactions where I just listen and because I ended up drinking, you know what I mean? Because I felt like I had to turn everything off. I was like, no, let me lean into what I like doing. And that's what I started doing. That's why my reactions have completely changed. Because I was like, no, let me just do what I like to do. And if nobody likes it, I don't care. I'm still learning something either way. When I learn something on every single breakdown. Every single breakdown I do, I take away some mix idea. So that's why I like doing it like that now.
Yeah. And what I'm seeing in the chat, it's, you got to offer some constructive criticism. It's one thing because everybody can make an opinion. We all have opinions. That's fine. And the beauty of YouTube and all this social media and digital media is everybody can turn on a camera, start talking into it. But if you really want to establish a connection with an audience and grow, you got to have something to it so that it makes it worth watching. There is an entertainment. There is a showbiz to doing what it is you guys do.
I got to bring up this comment real quick that John Payne just put up here. He said, I appreciate criticism as long as it's constructive. So the reaction that that Ryan and I saw, that was the issue with it. It was not constructive whatsoever. It was just
dismissive. Yeah, it was dismissive.
It was dismissive. Yeah, he gave no explanation to why he didn't like it. There's no background. And
then score 0.
It was score 0. I'm like, okay, and who the fuck are you?
Exactly. Right. I mean, if you're going to throw out a quantitative number, at least give some reasoning how you got there. I mean, I think, yeah. I mean, I think of like the review aggregators, like Metacritic, Rotten Tomatoes. When you go watch movies, if you guys remember, back in the day, it used to be more popular to see a movie critic would say, well, this movie was really good. I give it 3 stars out of 4. So it's like, okay, how did you get to 3 stars out of 4? And then as a good critic, they can explain, well, the acting was good here, but there were some plot holes that weren't taken care of. But when you just sit there, bob your head, and then just go, oh, this is bad, give it 0 out of 0 stars.
Yeah, because when I've said a song is bad, I have always explained why I think it's bad. Always. Yeah. I always have. And you may disagree with me, and that's fine. But there's, you said, you have to be constructive. There's a threshold. There's some times where I go overboard, and I would slam it to home, Alan, you just say what should change and move on. But
this isn't a requirement for people to like everything they watch. That's not what we're saying.
Exactly.
It's just I want to be clear. Right. I definitely don't like things. Other people don't like things, and you can't like everything. But if I don't like something, I can usually tell you why.
Yeah.
Art is subjective.
Raccoon Police said it perfectly. Best reactions are the ones that make you see your favorite songs in a different light or make you like them better. Like, I love seeing those comments.
Yeah, that's happened to me. That's happened to me with some things. I learned something about the song or about the process of the song or about the artist. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
That's always my goal. My goal every time when I do a video is I hope that the viewer will be like, damn, I love this song more. That's always the goal. Always the goal. Or I taught something in general. I don't really want to go into videos. John, what do you think about all of this?
I don't know. What I think about it is, yeah, I would
too quiet, John.
Generally agree about the categories of reaction videos that are worth watching, that merit getting followership and so on. For me personally, as a music fan, I want to either learn something new that I didn't know before about how the song is put together and how this band or the musicians in it do what they do, whether it's speculation or or you can tell us for a fact. I do like that confirmation bias. I do like finding out why I like something as much as I do. And third, for those reaction videos, like say, for example, Mr. Rock and Roll is a good example of that. That is just plain making up for the fact that, like many of us in this world, in this little dome that we live under, suffer from, it's hard to find colleagues, family members, or nearby friends who have seen the light and realize how good all this Japanese, for example, music is. And so it's nice. It's kind of like sitting with your friend that would, if only he or she liked this kind of music, will enjoy it together with you. So that's really one of the reasons that I'll watch some videos if I otherwise like the individual whose channel it is. So there are some, but yeah, it's definitely my preference 9 times out of 10 is going to be for somebody who is a musician, who is or has been a musician, or specifically a rock musician, but they don't have to be, who can break it down for me a little bit more, so that I become a smarter, better fan, not just somebody who likes everything or doesn't.
Oh, well said, man. Well said.
Yeah, good point.
All right, let's get into any other Ryan BABYMETAL news. Let's go.
Currently they're doing studio stuff. I think that's most clearly any of them have referred to it. We're doing studio things. So who knows what they're doing? I know they're getting ready for their domestic leg of the tour. I know. Do you have Misa's letter? Misa sent a letter out to the fans. She talked about how just, I don't remember because I read it when it was got the translation. But I know she's looking forward to getting back on the road, and new merch drop for their 10th anniversary. There's some cool shirts going out, which I probably missed out on because the one I want's limited, and I don't think I got it.
Oh man,
I follow each member on various social media. I've noticed that Akane has been posting a lot of pictures lately on Instagram from the festivals that she recently did here with BABYMETAL, and so it got me kind of thinking, I wonder if somebody's starting to get a little eager or looking forward to coming back, as we know they're coming back in August over here to the States.
I got the letter here. I can pull some from it.
Okay.
It says it's a rainy season, difficult to regulate your body temperature, but how are you all doing? I'm fine. It's been a month since she returned, and it seems like it went by really fast. There's something I think about every time I return from the U.S., and some of the members sympathize with me, but for a while after arriving back in Japan, I've been craving something gutsy to eat at breakfast time.
Oh.
It's strange because I'm not the type of person who usually wakes up from sleep and says, I'm hungry. So I think being here and having like a big breakfast was something that she missed when going back. June is being spent in production activities, rehearsals, etc. July is a month of a long-awaited live show. Our tour is going to resume. Very excited. So just getting back out there and working hard. A beer in the summer is exceptional. Beer during a live show is even more exceptional. So my excited alcohol mentality is going to increase.
Hell yeah.
Mine too.
So it's always cool to get those direct insights from the band members and how excited they are, and just kind of what's going on, you know.
Raise your hand if you're surprised. You were surprised that Akane likes to eat a big breakfast, a big American breakfast. Now that she's discovered,
Maybe that's why they're in such a hurry to come back so many times.
Maybe.
Of course, if they stay here too long, they get fat like the rest of us Americans.
Yeah.
I can see why they would be like super hungry afterwards. That's normally how it goes here. When you like overeat, then you just feel like way more hungrier the next day. So it definitely made sense when you read that, Ryan. Like, relatable.
Right.
I'm in New York right now, and I'm really trying to stay away from pizza because I'll eat an entire pizza. And I have this place called Pavone's that's near us. So good. And I'm like trying to resist going there. Made sure I went to go to a grocery store, bought food so I can like not go to those restaurants.
Right. What do you think though? They're working on studio stuff. Singles, a couple singles coming out.
New album. I think we're getting a new album.
New album.
Technically, we haven't had an album in a while.
Whatever, that EP is.
But wasn't an album, Ryan. All right, they might.
Well, is that the future now? Are they just going to put out another EP? Are they going to? That's what I'm curious to see. Is are they going to go back and try to do a full album, or were they so happy with what they did with Unleash that they may just say, "Hey, let's just do a handful of really strong songs, and then we'll do the EP." Because we are kind of seeing that trend across the industry. A lot of artists are just doing the EPs, 6 or 8 songs, putting that out there, doing the promo, and then moving on.
I think they've shown a desire to have more of a thread connecting all the songs together in an album aspect is different as opposed to Unleash, which it claimed didn't have an overall reaching idea for it, but I think that was kind of the thread that connected all those songs. To me, they all fit together really well. Like, it's pretty cohesive, even though that wasn't their intent. It's like that was more like songs they had been working on and kind of aggression kind of being released in that, but it all worked together very well. But I think it was Konami expressed that she would like to work on an album as opposed to just a collection of songs. So I can see a couple singles and then we'll get an album later. I don't know. Yeah. I don't care. If they put on an EP, I'll be happy with it.
Oh, of course.
We have so much music from BABYMETAL, right? So whatever they do is going to be great. They're
definitely not resting on their laurels now that they're moving into their 11th year. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I have no clue what we're going to get. Like, I'm really like completely oblivious. Like, I don't even know which direction, especially after the EP. It could be anything,
Yeah.
I really don't know. It would be really cool to see BABYMETAL produce a BABYMETAL song. I'm not gonna lie, I would love to see that collab, but I don't think it's ever gonna happen. But
no, I don't think there's ever going to be any sort of overlap in those two camps, which is unfortunate because I know we're all big fans of both BABYMETAL and BABYMETAL. Yet it doesn't seem like they, how would you even go about that? Because
5-part harmonies and have Konami, Misa, and kind of just going heavy as hell behind them. That would be incredible.
And we know behind the scenes that members of BABYMETAL like Konami have had connections and have talked to and have been associated with members of the Kami band in the past.
I think if BABYMETAL gets bigger, I think if BABYMETAL gets bigger, it could happen. And I think they're on their way. If they keep doing what they're doing.
I hope so.
You never know.
I don't think it will happen, but I think it'd be neat.
Yeah. I'm actually hoping that BABYMETAL will also start getting pulled into doing some collabs with Western artists.
Here goes the chat.
Oh yeah, let's go chat. Let's go.
I don't want them to collaborate with anybody. I can see it coming now.
What else they've done so much already on their own. Like, I almost feel like if they did a collab, like, it would be really crazy. It would, no matter who it is. It doesn't have to be. It could be any band, any artist. I think it would definitely shake things up a lot, and it would introduce BABYMETAL into just new, introduce them to more people. So that's why I think
it'd be cool. It does. They don't need to do it, which I think is great. Like, there's we need to do this so we can get more. I think they're completely happy with they got a solid fan base that isn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And if they do it, it's going to be strictly because they artistically want to do it, which I think is great.
That's even more of a reason why I want to see it. I want to see how they can work with somebody else and do something amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Ron Miller, thank you so much for a super chat, man. He says, I think that it would be great if they did a live album. I agree. That would be really awesome to release a live album from their U.S. tour dates. That would be phenomenal. I think that would be really awesome.
Bias, obviously, we would love that. Don't know what would their fans in Japan think about it. Sometimes I think there is a bit of a tug of war. Maybe not so much with Bandmade, but I do think there's a tug of war when you do have fans that are, Japan-based fans versus overseas-based fans. I sometimes wonder if each camp may get a little jealous if there's some Japanese fans saying, "Hey, they're our band. We want them to stay focused here."
Don't do that. Don't do that, fans.
Yeah, sure.
It's Europeans are mad they don't get any shows.
I think the
Go ahead.
I think the reason that might not happen in the near term until they get even bigger and can fill an arena here is that the production values, all the stuff around the music in these Japanese concert videos that they've released is just so spectacular. It would be, they just can't replicate that here. We don't mind, if we see them in a House of Blues or Gramercy Theater with 500 seats and that sort of thing. But the pyrotechnics and the huge screens in the background, they just don't do that here. And it would be challenging, that's all. Until, they play the Garden, Madison Square Garden or someplace like that, and maybe.
That's a good point.
I got to tell you, how many of you have you all, I think somebody here in this room was at the Tokyo Garden Theater show? Anybody?
No.
I did.
Nope.
I've watched. I got the deluxe set that includes the behind the scenes documentary, but the Blu-ray of the concert is just spectacular. It for all of the great Japan-based concert videos that we've all watched a million times and that the Gaijin guys have all reacted to in the early days and so on. This one is even better. The audio, you're right there kind of feeling of both the sound and the visuals and just the performance and the huge crowd. It's hard to replicate that. I guess that's what I'm saying. But by the same token, I'm putting in a commercial. If you haven't gotten that yet, get it.
Well, had it not been for COVID, I would have seen them at Budokan because that's what was scheduled.
Yeah.
And then
that
pandemic ruined that. So
yeah, I
didn't get around.
Had my ticket.
For the
didn't get around
chat.
to going back to Tokyo to see them at the Garden Theater for that show. So hopefully in the future I can get over there to see them. But I'm just happy that they are doing so much here on this side of the planet.
Yeah.
Like Ryan was saying,
figured out they've got a market here in the U.S., huh?
I think so.
Hey, shout out to Exit 13, like Ryan was just saying here a second ago for the super chat. He said, thanks for the asterism notification. Just got my pass/barcode for the New York City show from their web link. Great conversation today. Your efforts are most appreciated. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Thank you for supporting us, man. We appreciate it. All right, let's get you ready for some. It's going to be a little weird without Champ. Not going to lie. You guys can't go back and forth. I know nothing about K-Rock, K-pop as much, but you want to take it away to Andrew? Ryan.
All right. Well, since I'm kind of dual hosting here for Wave, and I'll even try some K-pop news in place of Champ, who's having some issues today. But not a lot that I discovered in K-pop news this week. One story that did pop up regarding a particular musician by the name of Dawn. He has a new single called Dear My Light. And this one from Billboard.com. It's kind of interesting how this song developed. Just reading the lead here. Unlike their Western counterparts, K-pop artists intentionally steer clear of any news or discussions regarding relationships. Dating within the realm of Korean idols remains a controversial subject. In 2018, Dawn found himself embroiled in a dating controversy with a senior artist from his record label, an incident that could have spelled the end of his career. But he bounced back from that and has come public that he's in a relationship with another K-pop singer whose name I believe is Hyuna. And they are creating music together. And so the song that's out now is sort of a sort of a confession of their relationship. So if you're a fan of K-pop, let us know if you know about Don and have seen this song. He's also gotten on the label, same label with the artist that a lot of folks probably know, Psy, who did Gangnam Style, and that's on the P Nation label.
Hey, I know that one.
There you go.
Let's not talk about that anymore. It'll take me a week to get it out of my head again.
Oh, you want me to play it right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is that what you asked for, John?
No.
All right.
Take a
we got this BTS article
on the chat.
And then next up, just some BTS news. Jimin tops the month of June as the individual with the most brand reputation rankings, along with Jungkook and Blackpink's Jisoo. And of course, obviously, BTS just continues to go strong in just about everything they touch turns to gold. Jimin obviously is spotlighted as once again being a top influencer, and also from Blackpink, Jisoo is also up there respectively. Just the continuing on K-pop's dominance here between BTS and Blackpink. They just seem to be an unstoppable force these days. Also, the song that I thought was kind of interesting recently from Jisoo was a song called Flowers. Don't know if anybody's familiar with that one, but that one's a nice little K-pop song. So I'm trying to get a little bit more familiar myself with some of the music and artists in K-pop. So it's some interesting stuff out there. Obviously, let us know in the chat what you guys see, and obviously put it on our various chat sites and on our Discord. Help educate me. Bring me up to speed if I'm missing anything on the K-pop. I know Champ's gonna give me some information soon, but also looking from you fine folks out there. Let us know about some of your thoughts on the K-pop.
It's a whole other rabbit hole.
So
yes.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to be honest with you, Andrew. I'm not diving in that rabbit hole.
It's all right.
Sidestep that.
Yeah. I'm just going to avoid that hole. I'll let you and Champ go as far as you guys want. You guys got it.
Well, I mean, kind of getting back to our bigger subject, not everybody is into everything. Music is very subjective. There's a lot of different genres out there to enjoy. Obviously, from our conversations, I'm a big fan of J-rock and J-metal because I grew up on a lot of that stuff. But I could still appreciate some songs from different genres, even though I'm not big into rap or hip-hop. There were some songs back in the day that me and my friends would listen to that we could appreciate. And then discovering K-pop, obviously it's kind of the same thing. It's like not every song is going to work for me, but I think that there's some nice ones out there.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. So you had another article here, is interview with Nano. Is that K-pop?
That's right, over on Jam World. So Nano is a Japanese pop musician, and she has been doing some promotion of her new album, and over here on Jam World, she is providing the folks over there with some answers to their questions in this latest review from her. I kind of like her stuff. I discovered her a while back, and she does a lot of anime related songs. That's how she sort of came up. So she's out there just promoting her new music. Worth checking out.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. It says, I'm a bilingual singer-songwriter born and raised in the U.S. who made a debut in the Japanese music field in 2012. Since then, I have had the opportunity to sing anime, game, and movie theme songs. I have had many other wonderful experiences, including going around the world to perform. It is such a joy to be finally coming to Brazil. So she's going to Brazil for the first time in her career, she mentions in this interview. I didn't know she's from the U.S. originally.
Yeah, so she speaks fluent English, and she sings she does a kind of a mix, some songs in Japanese, some songs in English, but still great voice and some pretty good stuff. Kind of veers into the J-pop realm for a lot of the anime stuff that she's worked on.
Heck yeah. All right. Okay, guys, top 10. See if this changed. We got Otto coming in the 10th spot with New Genesis, Saitama Super Arena. Remember, guys, you can go on our Discord and submit videos for the top 10 that come out. We have a little check well, we have a list over there that you can put any video on there for the top 10. We got Otto Thorns going up to number 9. Number 8, we got Yorushika Setting Sun, staying at number 8. Number 7, we got Atiya Shogako, Saishin Wo. This song we've all checked out. Oh, you saw it? Check it out. I feel like I have.
But they're making some moves, man. Good for them.
Yeah.
They've been blowing up.
Yeah, they're getting hugely popular. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 6, we got Koshi Inaba staying right there at staying flat at that mark. Millennium Parade, Sheena Ringo. We just reacted to this. We got a group reaction over on Patreon. If you guys want to check that out with Wave, Champ, Ryan, and I. Number 4, we got Queen Bee, Mephisto. Have you guys checked this song out yet? I still want to hear you guys' reaction to it. I'm just curious.
I know of some other songs that Queen Bee has done, but I don't think I've really taken a close listen to this latest one. So I'm curious to check it out.
Yeah. We got official Hige Dandism Tattoo staying right there at number 3. Number 2, holding strong, Malay with Man with Mission. A while now. How long now? It's been 10 weeks on the charts staying here. And number 1, we got Man with Mission, Malay, and that came out before the other song, and it's been on the charts for 11 weeks. Like, staying strong, guys. It's not
Power of Demon Slayer.
Yeah. And Ryan and I heard that song live, and it was great. It was better live, honestly.
Yeah, it was really good.
Awesome.
Yeah, way better than the CD, I thought, or the recording that we listened to. Really good. Simdo just reminding us about Bish is now officially over after the Tokyo Dome show last Wednesday. I can't remember which podcast we mentioned their last show. I'm curious if anyone went and checked that out and how it went. Video of show announced. Oh, they're going to put a video of the show. So that's really cool. And a new Bish group has been announced too, says AJ in the chat. Interesting. What do you guys think?
Sounds like a news story to work on.
Yeah, what do you guys think the new Bish is going to sound like? Exactly the same? They're going to change it up?
It's hard to say with them.
All new personnel?
Yeah, all new.
Kind of like those understudies for Maximum the Hormone that I heard about a few years ago.
They're learning how to write 1 minute long songs.
Make t-shirts.
Make t-shirt. Oh yeah, they're probably learning how to make merch. I don't know. Who do you think has the best merch? You know, out of Maximum the Hormone and BABYMETAL. I think they're really in contestants with each other when it comes to variety of merch. I think BABYMETAL has a beat though, because golf balls is just like top tier right there.
Well, let me ask you this: has Maximum the Hormone done any NFT merch?
They haven't yet. See, BABYMETAL has.
So there you go. BABYMETAL's got them by a mile.
Is that still a thing people are doing?
I have no idea.
Yeah, at least I gotta give it to BABYMETAL. At least with the NFT, get something out of it. Because most
gotta say no financial advice on this podcast.
Right, do not listen to it.
Just dump all your money in BABYMETAL merch. It's a good decision. Hashtag not financial advice. Don't do that. Exactly. Actually, though, you can sell some of those shirts for like double the price on eBay. I think some of those shirts are like $300. It's ridiculous. Bandmade too. Bandmade, like collector's DVD. It's like $300.
Ridiculous, man.
It's like what the.
I just want Bandmade to do an NFT of like a maid outfit, so that I can take that into some video game in the future, possibly,
Okay.
maybe.
Weirdo.
I'm looking for GTA 6, and GTA 6, I'm going to dress up my character in a maid outfit.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm going to do. I'll call her Misa and have her go around and then steal cars and stuff.
Go to the bar. You're going to get a drink at the bar.
Yeah.
That's
in
it.
GTA land.
Yep.
Toolhead Jr. said BABYMETAL crypto is where it's at.
Maybe.
Yeah, you never know.
Not
What?
not
Actually, that's a really good question. Imagine if these Japanese bands came up with their own cryptocurrency. How well do you think that would do? BABYMETAL just comes out of coin right now.
I don't know. I don't understand it. So I don't know.
You can buy
Like within their own groups of people, they could just like trade shit and get more, and then buy other.
Yeah,
shit for the same
Bandmade,
thing.
they exclusively come out with their own tokens, and you only can use their tokens to buy Bandmade merch. Would you do it, Ryan?
No, I'd have to like buy a different coin and then spend it like a fucking no.
But it's your favorite band. Like you want
I
to.
guess how's that different from exchanging currency to go to like Japan? It's the same. I don't know. It'll work great until it's worthless.
Yeah, I mean, it really is that, what is the value in the eye of the beholder, and the fact that you can't touch it or see it like Bitcoin. I mean, if anybody knows about how the digital currency works, Bitcoin and all that kind of stuff, it's so volatile. And the same with the NFT, the non-fungible tokens. Who's it going to be? What's it going to be worth to somebody in the future? I mean, it's such. It just seems like
a digital
such a
file
gamble.
that isn't massively produced, right? You have the only copy of it or some shit. Is that all it is?
Yeah,
basically, basically what it
non-fungible just
is
means you can't freaking touch
it's
it.
a scam.
Well, I mean, it's basically, if you think of it in this way, it's like putting a digital watermark on a digital image.
Which they
All
just
this is
proven.
somebody said, I bet if I call this a thing and I tell somebody it's worth something, somebody will buy it.
Which they just proven that the unique address is not even legit anymore. They're like,
Really?
There was a video on it. I'll post it in the Discord for you guys so you can check it out. It's mind blowing, and it's just the NFTs that I think have some usage are the ones that are attached to physical items, like Andrew's saying.
Okay.
If they're attached to physical items, that makes sense because it's pretty much a promise that they're going to release a product. It's no different than doing one of those fundraisers at that point, but it's just like a fancier way to do it, I guess. I could go off on this, but I'm going to refrain from that because I study this a lot, do a lot of investing myself. But anyways, I would invest if there's a baby metal token. Totally, that's going to go through the roof, and then I'm just going to sell it.
There was a baby metal token.
Oh, there was.
Yeah,
damn, I missed
there
out
were
that
black
one.
shoes. Yeah, real standout. Black
No,
shoes.
the coin. Like if they have a cryptocurrency, like what would you call the baby metal cryptocurrency? What would you call it?
Ooh, I'm gonna look for the chat on that one. I don't even want to
Chat.
speculate.
What would you call the baby metal?
Will the coin be made of baby metal?
Yeah, little tiny bits of metal.
I think it would have to be.
Zirconium.
You got me with that, Ryan. You didn't mean for it to be funny.
Oh
I
gosh,
did.
gotta go to chemistry.
I'm just surprised anybody laughed.
It would be bits and chunks of baby iron, maybe.
Baby metal.
Oh, what about Bandmate? What would Bandmate's coin be called?
Pigeon
The pigeon
coin?
tokens. Pigeon tokens.
Coin.
I don't know, but they'd be. I don't know.
Bitpo.
Bitco. I don't.
Bitpo.
Oh, Bitpo.
Bitpo.
Oh, there you go. Bitpo.
Po.
There you go.
Po coins.
Oh man. What do they have? Yeah, they run a limited edition of Yui tokens. Yui tokens, and like they put some lore of her like coming back if you invest into the Yui tokens. That really messed with people. But anyways, let's check out the top 10 covers. Let's go. Nemophila. We got Hanabi. Pardon me, I have to go now. That's in number 10.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah. It's a good song. They did a good job covering it. I like it because they made it their own. It sounded really good. Number 9, we had Sokuninaro, Arte Shigako. And I have heard this, but I forgot how it sounded like. Do you guys remember how it sounded?
Sounded great, man.
I gotta check it out again.
Yeah.
Simno said, "Don't give Koba ideas." I don't trust me. Koba's got it.
Right.
The Yui coin would be the most valuable one out of all of them.
Oh yeah, 100%. And if he like put some lore behind it of like her possibly coming back or like unlocking some footage, oh my god, it'd be over. Colors of Rock, 10 feet Die Zero Con cover. I'm not sure what that is. I would have to check that. The Nagarada project. I've butchered that. Oshi Noko OP Idol Yasobi cover. New one. We got a new one on here. We got Idol Yasobi cover by Esdo Band. A cover. So this is a YouTube team consisting of producer Ronnie and 12 talented artists from Korea. Very cool. Number 5, we got Gibson Replays. This is going up 2 spots. Don't Say Lazy. Sakura High School Light Music Clue. I don't know what that says at the end. So this is that series. You have Asaka from Trident on there. I'm not sure what the other groups are. What'd you say?
I'm sorry. I just confessed my love for Asaka from Trident. She's great. No, it's her voice. I just, ever since they debuted, I'm like, just always been such a Trident fanboy.
I want more Trident like Spoopy. Honestly, I really do. That's the style I want from them. I can't help it. It's just, it sounded so good, and like they haven't went back to that style at all, which makes me sad.
Well, Day Day's busy doing arrangements for rap artists and baby metal, so I guess it doesn't have.
That's okay. That's okay. Sadly. He's doing it for baby metal. That's fine. But help try that out too. Because I think they had something going with that. With Spoopy, they had something really unique there, I thought. But another cover by Nemaphila this time, Sekima Il's Curse of Sha-Na-Na. That was an excellent cover, by the way. That was a really good one. Probably
and check out Sakimatsu. Saki is a real big fan of them, and some of their older stuff. They're one of those OGs like Anthem and Loudness from back in the day, and their stuff is pretty lit. It's worth checking out.
Hey, just going back to the Yui Metal thing, Marty Metal says the Yui Funko Pop is the least valuable compared to Sue and Moa.
Surprised.
That's odd.
Wow.
Maybe that's why she quit.
Oh,
yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah, it's all your guys' fault. All the fans out there. You didn't buy enough Yui Pops, and she had to quit because of it. That's the story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's plausible.
Holding at number 3, we got another cover by that Replays with Epiphone or whatnot. And it's same group of artists, too. Same group of artists. Very cool. It's been up for a while. Then we got Eve Evelyn. I gotta check out these bands. My First Story is a pretty good band. They have some good songs.
But if you're a One OK Rock fan, you gotta be digging some My First Story as well.
This is a virtual rider from Nishisashi in. I gotta look at it. And then we got Little V. I've seen this guy. I've heard of this guy. So he did a Yasobi Idol cover, and this has been number 1 for quite a bit. It's been on charts for 6 weeks already. Awesome. All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and roll the wheel of names. This is a shout out to our Patreon supporters, our members. If you're both, you get your name entered in twice. You get a chance to win this Rolling Quartz. Do you have it with you, Andrew, to show off?
It's somewhere over there.
We got Rolling Quartz merch, especially for you. Somebody donated it to us. If you want to talk about that real quick, Andrew.
Well, we got a Rolling Quartz towel. Actually, there's a post on our YouTube channel. And if you're a big fan of Rolling Quartz, hope you win this towel. It's a really nice item that we got from Patreon supporter, like you said. So we really do appreciate that. And hopefully we can give it away.
And again, guys,
it's sitting over here on my desk.
If you want to,
2 weeks now.
And again, guys, if you want to consider joining our memberships on our Patreon, it directly helps support the show and grow it larger, and getting out there and doing more things with the Japanese music news. We have some news coming up, and I can't wait. I hope some things go through, and then we can announce it to you all. But it should be in the next couple of weeks or so. But we have other things coming out, so look out for a cover that'll be released on the Guys channel. That's coming out soon with Nam, or it'll be out soon. Just look for it. We do have that coming very soon. A lot of new covers and things like that. Trying to get all the guys to do projects, and we're going to be all meeting up for the Bandmate show, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
I'll be there, Minneapolis, Minnesota.
The whole GG crew will be there
with some extras.
Yeah,
I'll be there too.
Yep.
Well, Eric's going to be there, right?
Eric's going to be there. So half of
Amanda and Elliot will be
Nice.
there, so they can further their celebrity.
We're gonna play a show. We're gonna play 20 songs for you all. Ryan,
20 original songs.
20 original songs.
Yeah, it's not happening. Not happening.
Come on, Ryan, you got this. Write 20 songs. Go. If bandmate can do it, you can do it.
We'll take inspiration from them.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
kidding.
can
I'm
write
kidding.
20 songs. I guarantee they're going to be good songs.
Hey, we just just a couple of hey, we could take one of my metal songs I've written that have like 20 riffs in it and just take those 20 riffs and separate them into songs. There we go.
There you go. That's
That'll work.
the American way.
I can write riffs for days. What was I gonna say? I keep drawing blanks today, guys. Oh yeah, we're gonna announce the winner. We're gonna announce the winner for this
Spin the
this
wheelie
merch.
thing.
Yeah,
Or
do you
spin the
have
wheelie.
somebody?
Yeah, here we go. That's a lot of names, guys. Let's see who wins. And if you don't want the merch, let us know. We'll choose a different winner.
We will ship it to you. Just provide us with your best address to ship to.
Kendall Ware is the winner.
Congrats, Kendall.
Yeah, just hit us up. Send us the information to send it out to you. You have won some Rolling Quartz merch. He's not in the chat right now, so let us know.
But if you watch this later, send us your shipping address, and we will mail it out to you.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. And then one last shout out to Diana Lord Designs, who sponsors this podcast. She has all this amazing stuff over here. And you can also hit her up for custom designs of anything. And it's completely made out of brass. And thank you, Diana, so much for sponsoring the podcast. And that's all I got, guys. Do you guys have anything you want to add before we end the show today?
I just want to say, be sure and follow us. Check us out, GuysandGuys.com. If you like our articles, news stories that we're putting over there, be sure to share those on all the socials and all that good stuff. And just continue to support us. Help us grow.
Yeah, and then this is the news article that we talked about today. So you probably got an email about this ahead of time before the show airs. So make sure you join the mailing list.
I haven't gotten to that part yet.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
But you can also sign up for our newsletter, and each week we'll keep you up to date in the newsletter as well. You can also share that newsletter when it comes to your email, forward it to your friends, and let's share the love of this music with everyone.
Oh yeah. And don't worry, you won't get spammed. It'll be like 1 to 2 emails a week, guys. We appreciate it. It'll just be about the news articles that Andrew puts up.
Well, and the
Podcast.
videos that
And
the
videos.
team members do,
And
that the
videos.
guys and guys do. So I just put those in there. And so that's the other thing too, is that there's no bot or AI running the newsletter. It's this guy. So
He's
I
AI.
try to crank those out
He's-
when I can.
He's AI though.
Am I even here?
Not
No.
even there. That's
But
not
you-
even him.
Not
In the
aware.
box.
That's not even him. So
You're fine.
the next podcast, all of us will be AI generated.
Down for that.
Think of all the work you could get done.
Yeah.
Like being cloned.
Ryan won't get work done. He's just gonna go to sleep.
That's worth something.
Yeah, I guess that
All
is
right.
work. All right. See you guys later. See you.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thanks for coming.
on.
I will say, who's this John guy that's with us here? No, I was kidding. Thank you, John. All right. Bye, guys. See you.